Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. I am so thrilled to have you here today because, well, we're embarking on a journey that's going to completely flip your everyday perspective. We live on this planet full of rules, science, and these constant, predictable routines. And it's so easy to just take it for granted that we know exactly how the world works simply because we experience it every single day. But the crazy reality, we are barely scratching the surface of its hidden rules. What we consider totally normal actually hides wonders that absolutely rival science fiction. Okay, let's dive right into this. We've got a massive question to ask ourselves. ¿Conocemos realmente nuestro mundo? Do we really know our world? Because today, I'm going to show you that your reality is actually much stranger than you might imagine. We're going to discover that your very own body physically changes size without you even noticing. And that way, out there in the unfathomable darkness of the universe, entire galaxies are locked in this unbelievable cosmic dance. So, get ready? Section 1. Tu cuerpo, un universo. El misterio interior. To understand the great mysteries of Earth, let's start intimately with the biological machine you inhabit every day. Check out this massive number, 40,000. For the longest time, we've had this deeply ingrained belief that the brain is the undisputed boss of the body, right? The grand conductor pulling all the strings and making absolutely every decision. But science has totally shattered that idea. It turns out the human heart isn't just a simple mechanical blood pump. No way. It actually has its very own intrinsic nervous system, this incredibly complex network made up of over 40,000 neurons. As the Spanish subtitle perfectly puts it, un mini cerebro dentro de tu pecho. A literal mini brain right inside your chest. This neural network actually allows your heart to learn, to remember, and get this, even make independent decisions. It's absolutely fascinating. In moments of extreme danger or stress, your heart can react entirely on its own, literally milliseconds before the information even manages to travel up and get processed by your central brain. And hey, speaking of wild things our bodies do completely under the radar, check out this question. ¿Sabías que tu cuerpo cambia de tamaño al dormir? Did you know your body changes size when you sleep? I mean, think about it. It's a routine we go through every single night, yet most of us have never noticed this incredible physical transformation happening right there in our own beds.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what's happening. All day long, we're being compressed by Earth's gravity. But by morning, you're actually about a centimeter taller. It's like a daily accordion effect. Throughout the day, that constant gravitational pull physically compresses the cartilage in your spine. But the moment you lie down horizontally at night, all that downward pressure is finally released. Your intervertebral discs get a chance to rehydrate and expand. So the Earth literally shrinks us during the day, and we stretch back out every single night. Crazy, right?
Sección 2. La sorprendente mente animal. Inteligencia inesperada. Let's expand our horizon a bit beyond the human body. If there's one thing nature constantly does, it's hand us lessons in humility. Just read this subtitle. La habilidad de usar herramientas no es exclusiva de los humanos. The ability to use tools is not exclusive to humans. For centuries, we just naturally assumed that solving complex, practical problems was a trait strictly reserved for us and, our closest primate cousins. Well, we are quickly discovering just how wrong we were about being the only tool users in town. Get this. Biologists have recently documented that cows, yes cows, actually use objects from their environment intentionally. They'll purposefully seek out specific branches or coarse brushes to solve practical problems, like scratching completely inaccessible areas of their bodies. This isn't just some blind, random instinct. It's sophisticated spatial reasoning that, until very recently, we honestly believed was completely impossible for farm animals. Now, if that surprises you, let's break down the brain of an octopus into 3 wild steps. Step 1. 2/3 of their neurons aren't even in their head. They are distributed completely throughout their arms. Step 2. This allows their arms to actually explore and manipulate objects totally autonomously. And step 3, they can react on the fly without waiting for any orders from a central brain. It's a completely decentralized nervous system. Honestly, it is the closest thing to alien intelligence we have right here on Earth. Let's move on and see how this builds. Section 3. El océano desconocido. El verdadero planeta inexplorado. We are plunging straight from dry land down into the deep sea. And the reality here is frankly astonishing. A massive 80% of our seafloor remains completely unmapped, with only about 20% actually explored. Put that into perspective for a second. We actually have far more detailed and accurate maps of the surfaces of the Moon and Mars than we do of the depths of our own home planet. There is literally an entire alien world right beneath the waves that we are only just beginning to comprehend.
And down in that unknown 80%, just like the Spanish text highlights, we find ecosistemas prósperos en completa oscuridad y presiones aplastantes, thriving ecosystems existing in total darkness and crushing unbelievable pressures. Miles down, without a single ray of sunlight ever reaching them, life still manages to find a way. We're talking about fascinating creatures generating their very own light through bioluminescence, building these totally sci-fi-like ecosystems that survive in the most extreme conditions imaginable.
So what does this all mean for us? Well, the ocean isn't just some distant dark abyss. Looking at the breakdown, more than 50% of Earth's oxygen comes directly from marine phytoplankton. Think about that. These tiny, microscopic marine organisms actually outperform the entire Amazon rainforest when it comes to producing the oxygen that literally keeps us alive. We are deeply and fundamentally connected to the ocean, with absolutely every single breath we take.
Section 4. Maravillas del Cosmos, arte a escala universal.
Now we're doing a dramatic zoom out from those abyssal ocean depths straight into the vastness of deep space. And what's really interesting about this colossal cosmic event involves NGC 4567 and NGC 4568. We're talking about two gigantic galaxies located in the Virgo constellation, roughly 60 million light-years away from us. And they are literally colliding. Over hundreds of millions of years, gravity is intertwining their stars, their gases, and their stardust, actually forming a perfect, glowing heart silhouette right there in the dark void of space. And that beautifully leads us to this thought. On the scale of the universe, el caos también puede crear arte. On the scale of the universe, chaos can also create art. I mean, it's a massive, violent collision, an event of completely unimaginable destruction, right? Yet, from our tiny perspective, it paints one of nature's absolute most beautiful masterpieces. It just constantly reminds us of the sheer scale and poetic beauty that exists out there in the cosmos. At the end of the day, learning about rotating galaxies or, human hearts with their own mini-brains, it isn't just about collecting fun trivia to share at parties. The ultimate mission here is simple. Nunca pierdas la capacidad de asombrarte. Never lose your ability to be amazed. Science constantly invites us to keep our minds awake to the everyday wonders of our reality and to really see the absolute magic hidden in the ordinary. So to wrap up our explainer today, I really want to leave you with this final lingering question. ¿Cuál de esos misterios te sorprendió más? Which of these mysteries actually surprised you the most? Was it the hidden workings of your own body, the brilliant animal mind, the dark, unexplored ocean, or maybe the art of deep space? Take a moment to reflect on that. Keep questioning the things you just take for granted, and never, ever stop exploring. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.